like numbers. Ever since I've liked a kid, I've liked numbers. I was usually like the annoying kid that actually liked math classes, and that was partly because I'm quite good at it and like logical thinking works in my brain, but also partly because I just like numbers. In my spare time right now, you can still find me like making puzzles, from Sudoku to Binero to Kakuro, everything. By the way, for the people who don't know what the last two of them were, just remember puzzles with numbers. That's it. But numbers also have a lot of meaning. From the price of the cookie you kind of want to buy, till the time it takes you to wait until the light turns green, to the hours, minutes, seconds of every day, of every month, of every year. Everything's defined by numbers nowadays. And with the internet and social media, that means people also get defined by numbers, and not anymore about whether you're number 1 or number 2, but also how many people. Which is where the problem lies, because numbers, the great thing about them is that there is no end to them. Like, everyone who's once stumbled upon Pinterest knows that the beautiful sign infinity means that there's no end to it. Like, you can give me whatever number you want. If I put a 0, even a 0 after it, it'll be bigger. Like, it's that big that they just made a word and a concept for it. But that's where the problem lies, because people are limited. And online that isn't true for 100%, because of course people can create multiple accounts, but still, even then, like, numbers are limited, because not everyone is able to create unlimited amount of accounts in their lifetime like that. So the numbers are limited, and in this world right now is 7.2 billion people, which is a big number because it's a word. Billion. That's when you know, like, if it becomes a word, it's big. Like, you don't write it out in numbers anymore. You just write 7.2 billion. So that's when you know it gets big. So let's say on every single platform there are 7.2 billion accounts, which I'm not even sure if that's more or less than there actually are. But let's say 7.2 billion, because I don't think every baby has an account, and some people have multiple accounts. So 7.2 billion accounts. Just think about how many accounts that are. I know, a lot, but that means every single person you cross on the street once, and it often happens that it's a different person, every single person, one account. Every single person, one account. Okay, just think about how many people there are. Like, if you just walk around the city, how many different people you see, and then, like, not even in your city, but in your country, and then in the entire world. It's a lot of people. There are a lot of people, we know that. Why does it matter? Well, because online we value everything in likes, comments, followers, subscribers. Everything is numbers, but we don't often see people. I mean, I right now have 13 subscribers, which on YouTube standards, that's not a lot. If I do think about 13 people now standing where this camera is, and them saying, well, I really like what you're saying, please say more, that will be weird. And it's not that I'm getting only 13 views, but it's 13 people that actually think, like, please make more, I support you. And it's really weird. It's 13 people. Like, it's not even a lot. Like, it's not. I don't have a letter. I don't have a million. I don't have K. I don't have 100. I have 13, and I'm so overwhelmed already. And I haven't made anything in like a month or two. I don't know. It just, perspective is needed, I feel. Because otherwise, what is one extra number that can feel so slim? Like, if you have 10 million subscribers, yeah, one more, what's that? If you have 13, one more is like, damn. And if you have 0, one more is a world of difference. But it shouldn't be a different scale. One more should always be one more. One more person that wants to look at your face or your art or values your opinion, whether you're on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Vine, that's not a thing anymore, on Pinterest. I don't even, look, every single social media. One more means one more person. And to think that if you want to start something, going from 0 to 1, that's the hard part. And then every other step will become easier. Because going from 1 to 2, that's only a 100% increase. Going from 2 to 3 is a 50% increase. Like, it's going down in percentages. That's a good thing. If you have 0, like, it's an infinite amount of percentage increase, because you don't. Okay, anyways, that's the hardest part, and just going there, and don't be mad or sad because you only have X amount of likes and not Y amount of likes or followers or views or comments, because look at the X and then think about the actual people. It would still actual people looking at you. If you have 0, okay, I get that's a bit harder. But if you're like thinking, it's only 100, I want it 150, think about 100 people standing into your room. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people, okay? I had the same with Twitter. I'm like, okay, 300, okay. And then I'm like thinking about 300 people, 5 of whom I know in person. All of the rest I have never seen before in my life, which is, yeah, no, probably not. And then all of those people thinking I'm worth it. That's weird. So if we keep thinking about numbers, if you keep thinking about one number increase, which is, you probably will, just don't think about +1. Think about one more person actually coming up to you saying, for a like, either, well, I really like your face, your art, whatever, in this picture. I really like your picture. Or I really like your video. Or I really like your opinion. That is so much more than just a +1. And I feel like that's something really important in this day and age that we still have to think about. Do not let yourself be blinded in numbers. In just, oh, I've only had a X amount of increase. Like, it can be a beautiful motivator, but don't get caught up in looking at numbers, feeling sad, even though there is a number there. If there's a 0 there, I can get that, but then work through it. You can do it. Even if it's one person after a bit of time, even if it's one person and that's your mom that watches, it's someone. And I really want to motivate you not to think about, oh, I only have this many at first, which it never starts big. well, you can make a viral video, but it usually doesn't start big. You don't get 10 friends in a day. Okay, maybe you do. But you don't get 10 friends for life in a day, usually. Usually, getting friends and getting a very good support group also takes time. Because first of all, you have to meet them, which that's an impression, but also just keep on meeting them, keep liking each other, and then making a relationship. And think about that as people following you, and then it suddenly becomes so much more than just that one number on your screen. And that's what I really want you to remember from this video. Like, if you could have skipped through everything, but just remember that online, on social media, numbers are people, and every single one of them counts. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.